Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
Bwaaa!
Bwaaa trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. Dad drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go!
Hey everybody, welcome to Bwaaa, King of the Hill Rewatch Podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rusty.
Rusty, this is the fulfillment, well, it's a Friday.
Yeah, that ain't right. Yeah.
This is the fulfillment of a promise of our part, as well as a poke for another project. But we are going back to our AI-generated King of the Hill stories.
Yeah, we're going back to...
Yeah, we received a few of them. We said that we would give away a shirt to the best one, right?
Yeah.
So we said we would read 3 of the best ones here, and then we're going to pick one from those 3 and give away a shirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So I am going to start this with one that really intrigues me here. This is from a guy named Chris, and it is... Hank meets Scooby-Doo.
Hank meets
What a great premise.
Scooby-Doo.
It was a hot summer day in Arlen, Texas, and Hank Hill was out on a job at a local convenience store. He had been called to fix the store's propane tank, and he was sweating under the midday sun. Remember, folks, this is all written by ChatGPT or a chat
whatever chat
yeah,
software the person used.
That they just fed the
I don't think
desire.
he said.
They fed the desire of the story into it, and then it pops this out.
Yeah, I don't think he said what service he used. Let me see if he did or not. But either way, it doesn't matter.
So Hank is working at a convenience store. He's toiling under the midday sun. As he worked, he heard a strange noise coming from the back of the store. It sounded like a low growl, and Hank couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't quite right. He decided to investigate, and as he crept towards the source of the noise, he saw a large, shaggy dog crouch behind a stack of boxes. The dog seemed to be talking to itself, and Hank couldn't believe his eyes when he heard it say, "Scooby-Doo, where are you?" Hank was startled, but he decided to approach the dog and see if he could help. As he got closer, the dog turned to him and said, "Hey, man, my name's Scooby-Doo, and I'm trying to solve this mystery, but I could use a little help." Hank was amazed, but he quickly recovered and introduced himself. He told Scooby that he was a propane salesman and offered to lend a hand. Okay, this is already off the friggin' rails.
It's already off the rails. Yeah.
But okay. Together, Hank and Scooby worked to solve the mystery of the growling noises at the convenience store. They tracked... I thought Scooby was the one that was growling.
Yeah, I don't know.
They tracked down the culprit, a mischievous teenager who had been trying to scare off the customers, and brought him to justice. Okay, wrap that up pretty quick.
That was real quick.
As they wrapped up the case, Hank and Scooby became fast friends. Hank was impressed by Scooby's bravery and determination, and Scooby was grateful for Hank's practical skills and problem-solving abilities. From that day on, Hank and Scooby worked together on many more mysteries, using their combined brains and brawn to bring bad guys to justice and keep the streets of Arlen safe.
That's great. I like
Thanks,
that.
AI. That's what I needed
AI.
in my life right there.
So what I did as well, so we'll have a 4th story that won't be included in the competition, and it's a story that I generated right now on the spot. And I'll read that one at the very end. Since you have 2 to read, that'll give me a second one to read too to make it a little even Stevens.
All right, so I think you are going to read another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the chatbot story. Is what this one is called. It doesn't have a name. So this story and the one you just read come from a fellow. He goes by the name of Christopher Allen on Facebook. He's contacted and communicated with us before. He's the guy who has sent in the advertisements in the various voices and the Rokon one that he did with Hank's voice.
Doing a wonderful job.
So we thank him.
Doing the
I'm
Lord's
gonna call
work.
him a super fan at this point. So we appreciate you, man, for all your
Super
support.
fan.
So here we go. So this is a story about Dale and Nancy, I believe, and it's a love story of sorts. It seems here. So Dale Gribble was a gruff, no-nonsense man who was deeply in love with his wife Nancy. They had been married for many years and had built a strong, trusting relationship together. But despite his feelings for Nancy, Dale found himself tempted by the charms of Leoma, the mother of his best friend Con. Leoma was a fiery, passionate woman who had always been attracted to Dale. And as they spent more time together, she made it clear that she was interested in him.
Okay, no, wait. That never happened, right?
No, that never happened.
Leoma wasn't interested in Dale. Okay,
No,
she
it's
was just
Bill.
interested in Bill. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Sorry.
Dale struggled with his feelings, torn between his loyalty to Nancy and his desire for Leoma. He knew that cheating on Nancy would be wrong, but he couldn't resist the pull of Leoma's seductive charms.
Okay. All right. One more interruption. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
You got Nancy standing on one side. You got Leoma standing on the other side.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
Is that a
I
real
know.
seductive pull?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
All right.
You never know.
Okay, Shug. Go ahead.
You never know what happens when the lights go off. It really, all shapes and sizes. It doesn't really matter.
Sure.
In the end, Dale made the
stop there.
heartbreaking decision to pursue a relationship with Leia. Before I get everybody in trouble here.
Canceled.
Yeah. In the end, Dale made the heartbreaking decision to pursue a relationship with Leoma, even though he knew that it would hurt Nancy and jeopardize their marriage. He justified his actions by telling himself that he deserved to be happy and that he was entitled to explore other options.
Okay.
But as the days went by, Dale realized that he had made a terrible mistake. He missed Nancy
So quick.
deeply and regretted the pain he had caused her. He knew that he had to find a way to make things right and repair the damage he had done to their relationship. In the end, he made the difficult decision to come clean to Nancy and admit his wrongdoings. It was a painful process, but with time and effort, he was able to earn back Nancy's trust and repair their relationship. The end. I really like this one. I thought it was funny because it flipped the script a little bit on the Nancy and Dale saga.
That's super crazy.
Yeah, that was great. That was good.
All right, so that's 2 stories down. We've got 2 to go. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Bwaaa tries to fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas.
All right, we are back, and we have one more story that was submitted by a fella named Joshua. He has generated a King of the Hill story using novelalai.net.
Okay, that's a new one then.
Yeah, that's a new one.
That one.
He says, my story prompt was Bobby Hill tells his dad, Hank Hill, that he will work at his dad's propane shop if he lets him take a girl to the movie, Elf of the Rings, and let him dress up as an elf.
Okay.
What a wonderful prompt, by the way.
That is a great
1.
prompt. Yeah, that's wonderful.
So the story AI generated is as follows. Bobby Hill tells his dad, Hank Hill, that he will work at his dad's propane shop if he lets him take a girl to the movie, Elf of the Rings, and let him dress up as an elf. His father says no because elves are not real, but Bobby has seen it in the movies and knows that they are real. Again, big leap AI, but okay. He is so obsessed with wanting to be an elf that he sneaks out after dark when his parents are asleep and goes into the woods looking for one. Finding one, in fact, dressed like Santa Claus. The elf tells him he is an elf too and takes off his hat and beard and shows him that he has pointed ears. It turns out the elf was actually a hobbit named Mary who had escaped from the Shire and was hiding in the hills to avoid being captured by the humans. They go back to Bobby's house where he makes breakfast for them all, and then he takes Mary to school where everyone loves his new look. After school, they have lunch together, which is the first time anyone ever ate with the hobbit before. The girls love him so much that they ask if they can kiss him on the cheek, and Bobby agrees. Why is Bobby the arbiter of whether this elf gets kissed or not? But okay.
I don't know. I don't know at all.
Later that night, when he tries to sneak out again and finds the elf gone, he meets up with Mary again in secret and asks him why he left. Mary tells him that he is going to find his father Legolas and bring him home to prove to everyone else that there really are elves. Bobby decides to go along with this and helps Mary get supplies and weapons to take to the Shire. They make their way through New York City.
Yeah, I don't know.
To the old house where Mary lives. There, they meet the other elves who live there, and Mary explains how they thought to be extinct until Bobby found him. They discover that the house belongs to Bilbo Baggins, and they decide to wait for him to return to get their story straight. When Bilbo comes home, they all confront him about his part in what happened to the Shire. He realizes that he was responsible and gives them the ring he stole from Frodo. Mary uses the ring to summon the Nazgul, which attacks, I don't know, Lord of the Rings, which attacks them all, and Mary uses the bow that he made using a piece of wood, shoots it with an arrow he made out of the same material, and kills it. The other elves use magic to cover them up while they escape, and Mary sends a message to Gandalf to help stop Sauron. Okay, this is not a King of the Hill show anymore. This is a full-on Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The next morning, okay, so he's sent a message to Gandalf to help stop Sauron. The next morning, Bobby wakes up and finds his dad waiting for him in his room. His dad tells him he went out and bought him tickets to go see the movie Elf of the Rings. Bobby gets excited and wants to go right away. Just as he is getting ready to leave, the doorbell rings, and there stands the hobbits Merry and Pippin, telling him to come with them. The hobbits explain that they came here to show him that they never give up on his dreams, no matter how hard things seem, that sometimes you just have to believe. Then they tell him that the elves are coming to save the day. Bobby believes them and leaves to go to the movie theater to see the film. So, there we go. I don't know, man.
Yeah. What do you think? Well, we gotta.
I know that
we got to debate on which is the best one before we carry on, because the next story doesn't matter. It's not a part of the. It's not a part of the.
So this started as Bobby saying, "I'll work at the propane shop if you let me go see Elf on a Ring with a girl." The girl is never mentioned again.
Never.
It turns into a buddy comedy that goes to New York and finds the Shire, and then they fight Sauron, or however you say his name.
Sauron, yeah.
Sauron.
The big eye.
Yeah. And then he goes home, and there's tickets waiting for him from Hank. It seems a little cobbled together, but this is my favorite because it's just batshit crazy.
Yeah, no, like just sitting here looking at some of what the AI generates. So I actually generated two of them. So the two that I generated were Hank Hill meets Batman for the first time.
Nice.
And then Hank Hill fights Goku in an epic battle for Earth.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
And so I'm going to go ahead and do the Batman one first here. And so Hank Hill was a simple man from Arlen, Texas, who sold propane and propane accessories.
All this tracks so far.
Yeah, it does. He was going about his usual day when he heard a commotion coming from a nearby alley. Being a good Samaritan, Hank went to investigate, and as he approached the alley, he saw a figure in a black cape and cowl fighting off some muggers. It was Batman.
It was Batman. It was just Batman. He was just there.
He was just there.
There's Batman.
Where he needed to be at the right time, as always.
Batman.
Hank was in awe. He had always been a fan of superheroes, and to see one in real life was a dream come true. When the muggers had been dealt with, Batman turned to Hank and said, "Thank you for your help, citizen. I'm Batman." "Hank Hill," Hank replied, extending a hand. "Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Batman."
Mr. Batman.
Batman took Hank's hands and they shook. "The pleasure is mine, Hank. I've heard good things about you."
So good.
Well, Hank was surprised. "You have? What have you heard?" Batman smiled. "I have my sources. I hear you're an honest man and you know a thing or two about propane." Hank chuckled. "Well, I do sell propane and propane accessories." Well, Batman nodded. "I could use someone like you on my team. Do you have any experience with gadgets?"
Gadgets.
Hank was taken aback. "Well, I've never actually worked with gadgets before, but I'm a quick learner."
Wait. Hang on. What? I've never worked with gadgets before.
That's what he said. But I'm a quick learner. And then Batman smiled again. That's all I need to hear. How about it, Hank? Are you up for some adventure? Hank didn't hesitate. You bet I am, Mr. Batman. Let's do this.
Are you up for some adventure?
And this is my favorite part of it right here. And with that, Hank Hill became a superhero. He
Oh,
may not
that's
have
it.
had gadgets
That's
or
all it takes.
superpowers, but he had a strong moral code and a desire to help others.
Oh, my God.
And that was enough for Batman.
Hank is 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah,
isn't
he is.
He
Together
really
they
is.
fought crime and protected the citizens of both Arlen and Gotham City. And from that day on, Hank was never more, and from that day on, Hank Hill was never just a simple propane
became
salesman
an
again.
Edgar Allan Poe there. Poem at the end.
Nevermore. Yeah.
Hank was nevermore. So far in this universe that we've cobbled together here, we have Hank fighting alongside Batman and Scooby-Doo, while the elves from Lord
This
of
is
the
gonna
Rings.
be we might
fighting in the
do
background.
one of these a week on Fridays.
I'm just saying,
we
this
might
is fantastic.
we might end or start every Friday episode with one of these random generations.
Let me tell you this before you.
Like Hank Hill meets Korn, the band for
Sure,
the first time or
sure.
something, or
Or
Hank Hill goes to a Korn concert.
Hank
That would
Hill
be
eats
great.
corn, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the band.
So let me. I'm going to make a prediction here. I want you to understand that the world on the internet is about to change.
I don't think it's just the internet. I think the whole way that information
Sure.
is going to be consumed and generated is going to be totally
I
different.
think it's
going to
be
ChatGPT.
first reflected on the internet, and then it's going to leak into society as it always does. Right?
Yeah, and it pissed. And if all these art guys that are really really pissed about the AI and art now,
Yeah.
imagine how pissed off the world is going to be when there's so many jobs. There's going to be more than just the art jobs eliminated from AI. There's so many things that they're going to be able to just automate. This literally opens up a world of automation.
So one of the first things that you're going to see change is Google is shaking in their boots. Google is afraid of what's happening.
Well,
because
Google also Google's about to launch their option, their option of this, and I think that Google's is probably better.
Google has, from my understanding, Google has not kept up with this because they didn't perceive it as a threat.
But they already have AI technology of their own. They already have AI research and years and years of doing this. So they're not as maybe prepared for a launch on a public level, but they've been doing AI learning, and they have AI. Their AI is learned up enough to do the same things that the ChatGPT is doing. But
what you see,
ChatGPT right now is having millions of dollars just purged into it.
If you look back in history and you look at different businesses and the way that businesses just disappear, if you look at in the recent history, let's talk about Toys R Us and Sears.
Yeah,
Toys R Us and Sears did not take the internet seriously, and it came back to bite them and basically eliminated their entire way of being. Right? They were gone. They didn't keep up with. If you could have gone on to Toys R Us and ordered any toy, then Amazon wouldn't have been able to sell toys.
Yeah,
they would have been done. So, and
really
Walmart
done, yeah.
would have been done by their physical toy sales. Toys R Us would have been the place had they kept up with the internet
online.
And the way that you order things online.
Yeah,
same deal with Sears.
so a lot of places fell behind.
Sears spread themselves too thin all over the country. And then by doing all of these different things.
And they were set up in a way that they should have been at the forefront of it, because they were at the forefront of being at home and ordering things from the house.
Yeah.
The Sears Roebuck catalog, that goes back to the Wild West.
So what I'm
like,
saying here is that Google does a lot of things. They do a lot of things. Every time you turn around, their thumb is in something, right?
They're there.
ChatGPT just kind of came up out of nowhere. And it's not that ChatGPT is perfect,
Just
because
AI in general,
Right.
just seems like within the last 6 months,
right, but
is
ChatGPT
really on the tip of everybody's tongue right now.
But ChatGPT is like the poster child for all this stuff, right?
And the art generation stuff.
What hit the internet yesterday, I believe, or maybe the day before, was a ChatGPT enabled Bing search engine.
Oh.
It hit the internet for a couple of hours and then was pulled down. No fanfare, no nothing. If ChatGPT genuinely is going into business with Microsoft, Google should be worried about their search business.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I can't imagine. I could never imagine a world without Sears and Toys R Us, but I can also not imagine a world where we don't just go and Google something.
Oh, I don't think
That
ever
may
changes.
become an outdated term.
It might, but I still think that Google has got a really good. They're ready to jump with it.
Maybe.
They just have.
Maybe.
I feel like the only thing that ChatGPT had a leg on Google on is the public launch. So now when Google sets off their public launch, I believe that their AI has been learning for as long as AI technology has been a part of Google.
But what I think,
so they've had at least a decade of AI learning, where ChatGPT it only goes back to their learning started in 2021 or whatever it was.
But I think
this particular AI bot.
I think what Google may have missed out on is that people may want to search differently than they do currently.
Yeah, hopefully they'll capitalize on that.
Right
Which
now,
I'm sure it would be a business. I'm sure it's a part of their business model.
Right now, people use TikTok to search for things.
Yeah,
people
it's
use
crazy.
YouTube to search for things. Search is not just put in a term and give me the best results that I can then click on and keep going and going and going. Now, search is starting to become this thing where I say a phrase or I ask a question or something,
Yeah,
and
with
you give me
ChatGPT,
options.
it gives you
and
the
talk
information.
back to me with it. Yeah,
It'll give you the direct answer that you want.
and I think
that's
I think that's what we're ultimately going to see take the place of regular search.
I mean,
So-
college papers are being written in ChatGPT.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
All kinds of copy and stuff like for advertisements is
Well,
being
for-
done in ChatGPT.
For RogueCon, when we did RogueCon, we told it to write us a press release, and I took that press release and released it to every station I could find in the area.
Yeah, and it was
we did more TV this time than we've ever done.
yeah,
So-
and it worked.
It worked. Yeah. All right. So that is my my little soapbox about ChatGPT and AI.
I like it.
Let's end this on the last one, which is Hank Hill fights Goku
In a battle
tube
for Earth.
so- in a battle for
in a battle for Earth.
Okay.
So,
with Batman and Scooby Doo on his side.
Yeah, there you go. So once upon a time, in the quiet and peaceful town of Arlen, Texas, a strange figure descends from the sky. It was Goku, a legendary warrior
There he is.
from another planet who was seeking the strongest fighter on Earth to test his skills. Hank Hill, a humble propane salesman, heard the news and was intrigued. He had never seen anything like it and decided to see the visitor for himself.
Now, I'm sure I'm going to get verbally reamed for this, but this is from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to get
Okay,
verbally
just
abused for
double
that.
check
You
it.
did a great
Double
job.
check it.
Great job. Which Mike?
Yeah.
It is your era of anime.
It is.
This came
and
out at a time where you were a young man, so
well, the only
it
reason
came out in the 80s.
the only reason I know this is because of
And it might even be further back than the 80s. It came
well, the only reason I know this is because again, I used to have those video stores.
Yeah.
And in one of the video stores, we did a lot of anime.
A lot of anime.
And
yeah.
at that time, anime meant Dragon Ball for the most part, right?
For a lot of people. Yeah, for a lot of people. For the mainstream audience,
Sure.
that was like it, and Pokemon maybe.
So Goku drops from the sky.
yeah, so
Here he
Goku drops from
comes.
the sky. Hank wants to. So when he arrived, he saw Goku and was amazed by his powers.
in his hair.
Yeah, in his hair. However, Hank's curiosity quickly turned into annoyance as Goku challenged him to a fight.
He probably burned a hole in his yard
He
too.
might have, yeah, probably did, probably a big old crater or something.
Now
Hank,
listen here, Mister.
listen here, Mister. Yeah, Hank, being a proud Texan and a seasoned veteran of many barbecues, felt insulted and was determined to defend his honor.
Again, this is AI, that
AI,
has
this is
generated
AI.
this
It's
part.
great. It's beautiful.
That says
It's
he's
beautiful.
a
It
veteran
can't-
of
it couldn't-
barbecues.
Like AI is funny, unintentionally funny. Okay, so the battle between Hank and Goku was epic.
Oh,
Hank used his trusty propane tank as a weapon, while Goku unleashed the full power of the Kamehameha wave.
God, I'm
The
just
fight
seeing.
was intense and it lasted for hours.
I'm just seeing those two hands together, like the
And then I'm
Goku
seeing
thing,
Hank
and
with the
then Hank with
propane tank
just
open.
are
No, I just see
swinging
him like
it,
with it blasted
Yeah.
open and like he's got like a
He's got a
lighter or
lighter.
something. And just like fighting back.
That's great.
If there's anybody out there that can animate that, that'd be even better.
Oh.
The fight was intense and lasted for hours. Both fighters were evenly matched. But in the end, it was Hank who emerged victorious.
Ah,
He was able to knock Goku out with the slip of the propane tank, and the people of
slip?
Arlen, yeah, like instead of using it like a flamethrower, he slipped and hit him with it
All right.
with his propane tank, and the people of Arlen cheered in celebration. Goku was impressed by Hank's strength and praised him as the strongest warrior he had ever faced. From that day on, the two became fast friends, and Goku visited Arlen often to train with Hank and learn about life on Earth. and from then on, the quiet town of Arlen became known as the birthplace of the epic battle between two of the strongest warriors in the galaxy. You know what I imagine at this point?
What?
I imagine one of those signs that says 1 mile to historic marker, and there's one of those Texas shaped historic markers with, on this day in such and such, Goku crash landed and challenged the ultimate warrior of Earth, Hank Hill. Like, I could just see that. That would be so
And then
great.
it just pans over to Stan Lee, and he goes, Excelsior! And it's
there's
over.
and there's a bronze statue of like Hank and Goku with their arms wrapped around each other in unison.
And Batman and Scooby-Doo are at the bottom just looking up at the
Looking up
statue.
at 'em, yeah.
Just in awe.
Oh my gosh, I love AI.
And then the elves run around in the background.
I do.
Wow, that was fantastic. Well, have we declared a winner? Because I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, who do you have? What do you got?
I know that the other guy gave us several stories, and I really appreciate it. But Christopher Allen, as far as I'm concerned, your story that's just batshit crazy, full of elves wins.
Yeah, I think so too. The
So,
Lord of the Rings one.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Both of you guys are gonna get T-shirts from us. If you can contact us via social media, I guess what, Instagram, Twitter, which one you want?
Just reach out to me on social media. It doesn't matter which one, whichever one that you have access to or know to reach me on. Just reach me on any of those. Reach out with your information so we could get that sent to you guys ASAP.
So we're looking for.
I need your size, what size shirts you wear, and I need your address.
We're looking for Christopher Allen on Facebook.
Christopher Allen.
And then we are looking for the same one. And then we're looking for, give me the name of the other guy. I'm so sorry. Joshua Vervin. We are looking for you two guys to reach out to us if you could. I'm sorry, Josh Vervin. Wait a minute. Josh, you're the one who had the elf story. I'm sorry, I got those mixed up. But you're both big winners. So you're both going to get T-shirts. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we're going to keep this contest kind of going. So if anybody wants to produce any more AI type stuff and send it our way, we'll make sure you get something out of it. Just send it to us any way you can via social media. Or you could always send it to email. You could send it at info@roguemedianetwork.com if you wanted to.
Yeah,
also.
And just to wrap this up, I went ahead and asked the AI, which does not have a personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So this is based on, according to the AI, this is based on their previous work and their ability to embody the characters. I asked the AI who the AI thinks would play who in a live-action movie.
Oh, okay.
So it only spit out Hank, Peggy, Bobby, Dale, Bill, and Boomhauer.
Okay.
But
Who we
these are
got?
the ones. We've got Kevin Costner or Sam Elliott for Hank Hill.
Sam
And
Elliott.
if you age it up, if you age Hank up, Kevin Costner would be about maybe. Sam Elliott would be a little too old.
Sam Elliott's a stretch, man.
Yeah, he'd be a little too old, I think.
So you boys like Alamo?
I think he could do it. I think it would be great.
Yeah.
But I think he's too old for the role. Peggy Hill, Laura Dern, or Kathy Bates.
Yeah, there we go. We were right on
Yeah,
with
we
that.
were.
Yep.
Bobby Hill, Jonah Hill, or for whatever reason, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
You gotta
have
think
to
of
be
an
like down on his
age. You gotta think
knees.
of an age.
Yeah, but think how tall he is and stuff.
Well, Bobby could be tall
That'd
too.
be
Bobby
good,
could
though.
grow, but he could. He's not fully
He's
grown
still gonna
yet.
have that big pot belly though.
Yeah, still probably. Dale Gribble, John C. Riley, or Danny McBride.
There you go. Perfect.
Bill Dauterive, Steve Buscemi, or David Koechner.
Yep.
Which we agreed with the David Koechner. I don't know about Steve Buscemi. I think that's kind of.
I don't know. I still think you can do it. Yep.
Yeah. Boomhauer, Michael Pena, or Danny Trejo.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see
That's
that one.
weird. No, I don't see that
Yeah, I
one.
don't see that one either.
I
That-
love
that
both
was
of those
funny.
guys. Michael Pena's in one of the. Wasn't Michael Pena in Last Watch?
I think so. Yeah.
Wasn't that movie? Michael Pena's been in a bunch of really good stuff. I mean, Danny Trejo has also, but Danny Trejo to me is one of those characters that is the Danny Trejo character.
Well, I did it. I regenerated it to see what it would pop out for a second time, and then you get Jonah Hill and Michael
There it is.
Cera
End
for
of
Bobby
watch,
Hill.
Mason says. Mason just told me
End
end
of
of watch. That's
watch.
perfect,
Okay.
man. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, thank
All right,
you
so
for
you
the AI.
regenerated it?
Oh yeah, I regenerated to see what new.
All right, last time. Let's go.
Hank Hill, John Goodman, Brian Cranston, Peggy Hill, Julie Bowen.
Oh, I can see Brian Cranston. I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that either. Peggy Hill, the role could be played by an actress known for her comedic timing and versatility. Julie Bowen or Elizabeth Banks.
Okay.
Jonah
Elizabeth
Hill,
Banks I can see.
Yeah, I can see Elizabeth Banks. Bobby Hill, Jonah Hill, or Michael Cera.
Okay.
And then Dale
Michael
Gribble
Cera.
spit out Steve Buscemi and John C. Reilly again.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
that was
Well,
great.
tell them where they can find us and if they want to submit anything else. And then I've got one more thing, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, you can find us on Linktree, BWAAAKOTH, linktr.ee/BWAAAKOTH. All the links are there. Again, thanks for driving traffic to everything, especially to YouTube, since that's kind of fairly newer thing that we're trying out and getting going for the last couple months. Appreciate all the traffic going there. And thank you for your continued support and continuing to listen to our wacky-ass podcast.
I want to put some feelers out and have you guys keep your ears up for this. Our wonderful producer, Mason, has started down the journey of a book review podcast.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet because I don't know that he's 100% on it yet, but recorded his first one yesterday, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. They started with the book The Mist.
Okay.
Which I think will be really great. And you guys have gotten to know Mason through this show, and so hopefully you'll go and support that as
one.
well.
Yeah, for sure.
Also want to talk about one more show. It's called Bustles and Bangers. Bustles and Bangers is a new show to Rogue Media Network. It is a alternate lifestyle couple that is reading the dime store romance novels to each other and basically making fun of them. So if you could go give them a little love, we sure would appreciate it. And then last but not least, I am looking to churn up some support for a very old Twitter account called Hotel Arlen. It is at Hotel Arlen. It has been open since August of 2011 with only 87 followers. Their saying is, we're not that kind of hotel anymore. Great concept that I think didn't find a whole lot of footing, so I would love for you guys to go and support it. That is at Hotel Arlen on Twitter. Only 87 followers at the time of this recording, and we'll check it and we'll report back on it. But if you could include the hashtags Hotel Arlen or hashtag BWAAAKOTH, that would be wonderful. I just want to see us kind of revive that account. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Because I would love to get some Hotel Arlen shirts made.
And also,
how cool would those be?
No, that'd be great. That'd be awesome,
and you know,
for sure.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know the place like that El Royo in Austin that always has the sign out front that says something pithy or whatever on it?
About,
This could be our
El Royo, yeah. Also, if you made it this far into the podcast,
hello,
we have stickers that we want to give away. So what I'm going to do is, I did this once before, and the it just got kind of convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is the first 10 people, and that's the first 10 people to direct message me on any of our social medias, I will get you a sticker.
Yeah,
that's the first 10 people.
First
so
10.
If you're not the first 10, I'm sorry, but the first 10 we'll make sure get a sticker. So if you're a part of the first 10, just send me a message, hey, hi, whatever, and I'll let you know what number you are, and I'll let you know if you got a sticker coming or not. And we appreciate all your continued support.
Send me
Again,
a goddamn sticker.
10 people, send me a message.
10 people.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I respond probably quickest on Twitter, but I'll respond anywhere.
These are all
Just
new
get
stickers.
the DM
too.
in.
These
It's
are all new stickers, not the same ones you've seen before.
Not the same stickers that we've had before. They're going to be new stickers.
Last but not least, I'm sorry, there's one more thing. I didn't realize there was so much housekeeping.
No,
to
you're
do in
good.
This one. We are how many episodes from the end of season 3?
We're about halfway.
Okay, so I would like to start season 4 with a brand new logo.
Yeah, season 4 with a new logo.
So if we could get some folks out there working on a new logo for Bwaaa, King of the Hill podcast, that would be wonderful. We would love to use your logo on everything we do, and we'll send you some stuff for it.
Whoever comes up with the best logo,
Yep.
I'll get my first tattoo ever.
Oh,
And we'll record it and we'll
I
put
like
it on the
that.
YouTube.
I will do that as
Because
well.
I have 0 tattoos whatsoever. I have no tattoos at all, Mike. I'm 32.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a tattoo, and mainly just because I just never took the initiative to go get one. Not that I
Yeah.
never didn't want
Yeah.
one. I've always, had, oh, I want this or I want that.
Yeah.
But just never took the initiative to go do it. But if you guys do it, we'll record it, and we'll do it with a special local tattoo artist,
Yeah.
a special guest.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some folks in mind. Yeah.
I've got one in particular in mind that I've already talked to a little bit about it. And
That's awesome.
Scuba Valley is
Oh.
the one that I've talked to about
Scoob
it.
does tattoos.
Yeah, he does tattoos as well.
I forgot.
Yeah,
Scoob
well,
does
because
tattoos.
he does the awesome graffiti
Yeah.
art. The guy's mainly known for his physical art as far as graffiti,
Yeah.
and he's known for
Maybe he should just come up with our logo.
not
huh?
giving a damn, and that's what I like about him. I like
That's
it.
true.
I like his approach to life, which I try to take the same approach. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. He does the art that
Scoop's
he
done some
feels good
beautiful
about,
stuff,
and
though.
He does
He's done some great stuff around here.
Oh, amazing
Yeah,
artist,
yeah.
And it's cool because
We
everybody in town has gotten to see the beginning to where he is now. You've gotten to see his full development as
Sure.
a street artist and everything else. So it's cool to be able to see and be able to support somebody that's like in our town.
I
somebody that's local.
personally own a truck bed topper that has a very high turkey on it.
Oh, from
that
Scoob.
Scuba Valley did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Quick story about Scoob. He did this for a show that we did, a music show over at the old location.
Yeah.
And he came in, and I was like, man, I love that thing. I would just want to hang it on the wall, because it's a truck bed topper.
Yeah.
Right? And he spray painted it with this big turkey rolling down the highway. It's high as hell or whatever. And I said, how much do you want for it? He goes, I want, what do you say? I want $400 for it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this seems a little steep, or whatever. It's just
Yeah, yeah.
odd. I mean,
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
honest
yeah.
with you, it's probably worth that. He goes, I'll tell you what, we'll play rock, paper, scissors for it. And so we played rock, paper, scissors, and I bought it from him for $100.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
That's not bad. That's a good deal.
We have $100 turkey in the back there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's very cool, and I would love to get to a point where we can hang that thing up on the wall, because right now the way our studio is, it's kind of weird, so I don't know that it would be appreciated here. But
Well, maybe if
there's
we
gotta
ever
be a
get
place.
if you want to fund a Bwaaa KOTH studio, you could reach out to us, and
for the low price,
we will
insert
we
money
will
here.
gladly if there are investors that want to fund something like
Shoot, yeah,
that,
we'll take it.
we will gladly find a location and let you fund that.
All right, let's get out of here, man. As
house
always,
cleaning.
what do we say at the end?
We Matanye.
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 That's it. Bwaaa.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.